Bullied webboard.
Part 3 on the epidemic of
Hello,
life.
this is the next episode on the epidemic of life. My name is Ariel Sultan, founder of College Webboard. The next scene of this topic is going to be why do all these things happen and how to control the things around us. Yeah. So in the previous episode, I made mention of the challenges of men, and I spoke about emotional distress and pollution. All these things happens because the world has taken what was not supposed to be taken. Like the forbidden fruit is what causes it all. When Eve was tempted by the serpent, it changes the world and make things to get sight and also invited more evils to come. We even have spiritual things happening. We have spiritual things. Though to the major look of things, we will see it is the government that are behind all this stuff. But to be precise, all these things are caused by spiritual and physical problems. Like being depressed is also one of the physical problems. It is an emotional behavior that occurs to the mind of an individual to think of a particular thing, to feel unhappy towards it. For example, when there is an unemployment and you do not have a job, so from this kind of situation, depression can come up from that angle. There are many ways these things can be stopped. I made mention of the forbidden fruit and government, which was the causes of all these happenings. We can prevent this happening through the help of the word that can change the vision of things, the way they look and the way they appear to be. With these words, you can learn how to control your emotions. It is a guide for protection. It is an inhaler to success and a menu to plan ahead of you. All these things are cause are all these causes are not endless in the world, but they can be endless in our lives if we follow all the procedures. Situations like this are not permanent. It can change due to the procedures if followed regularly. We have scriptures in the Holy Book that talks about protection. We have Acts, we have Daniel, we have Isaiah, we have Job, we have Judges. And in this same Holy Book, we can also look at the scriptures that talk about pollution. And we have Numbers, Jeremiah, Isaiah, John, Hosea, Psalm, Revelation, Genesis, Romans, and Colossians. The same for depression. And we can see First Peter, John, Psalm, Deuteronomy, Jeremiah, Psalm, Isaiah, Romans. And you can see in this scripture, Psalm appeared twice because Psalm is a very powerful verse in the Bible. And lastly, we have emotional distress, which we can see in the book of Romans, Colossians, Psalm, James, Isaiah, John, Psalm again, Hebrew, Corinthians, and Jeremiah. Psalm is a very powerful verse. It appeared forth in the scriptures. Now that I have listed the Bible passages from these topics, we learned so far, it is time to study them and get to know their meanings through the help of these passages. And you can get to know more understanding about this crisis. Through this passage, we can see how these challenges can be hindered. The epidemic crisis is not what we can get deeper into, but we can learn some aspects from it, which is what we are doing now without wasting much of our time. In the episode, let me round up with this. Anything you feel that is not right about yourself, don't feel bad about it. Don't feel bad about it. The world has gone so much. It has make sure the world has just become what itself. The motion. You have to keep the motion going. You have to keep the right positions of life. My name is Ayodele Sultan, founder of College Webboard. Thank you for listening. You can register on any of my college websites, either from the Webboard or the Vision. You can get that on Google, then to bring it out for you. I will accept your information. We will accept your information, and I want to tell you that this is the last episode on the epidemic of life. But this title is still drilling because the epidemic is a terror and it needs to be controlled. Make sure you stay updated on the next mind blowing episode. Once again, thank you for listening and have a wonderful
Kindly subscribe to our
day.
podcast and download the podcast and follow our blog post for more updates on the next casting. You can also follow our social media platform on Facebook at Colliade Webword, on Instagram at Colliade Webword, on LinkedIn at Colliade Webword. We are now live on Google. Do so as to get unique content. Thank you.